want to send a rest in peace up to a very popular YouTube and Instagram personality, also was a consultant. Gentleman goes by the name of Kevin Samuels. Unfortunately, he passed away yesterday at the age of 56. So around yesterday afternoon, I got word to a couple of my partners that are in the same fraternity as Kevin. They hit me and it's like, yo, word around the block is Kevin had passed away. Okay, for me, I couldn't confirm anything, so I let the story rock for a while. And then yesterday evening, I found out some details, some pretty alarming. But essentially, why the story got out so early was apparently Kevin Samuels, after he had an IG Live on May 4th, he had a lady over to spend some time with. The lady just so happens to apparently be a nurse as well. Apparently, at some point in the midst of the night, Kevin Samuels told the lady that he was having some chest pains. Looks like Kevin opted to not go to the hospital following the chest pains. And unfortunately, by May 5th that morning, Kevin Samuels was unresponsive and unfortunately had passed away. He was transported to, Grady Hospital in Atlanta, Georgia, where Kevin's apartment was located at. But unfortunately, their efforts to bring Kevin Samuels back 100% were unsuccessful. If I'm not mistaken, they maybe got Kevin to breathe with the defibrillator at one point in time, but obviously it was not enough to save the brother. The reason why the rumors circulated online yesterday, or what I believe to be the reason why the rumors circulated online, is because Kevin is popular online. He's got millions and millions of followers. It was in Atlanta, a very popular city, especially with black people. Between either the lady that he was spending some time with or somebody that was able to have access to his hospital records, somebody put that information out online, and it got some traction. It was trending, and that's how people found out. Here's what I know. A mother found out about her son passing away on the internet yesterday. That's a real thing. Kevin Samuels' mother found out that her son passed away online yesterday. Look, I didn't follow Kevin Samuels like that. I saw a couple of his streams, a couple clips floating around. I wasn't into the brother's story like that. Nobody deserves to find out that their son passed away online. I don't care what could have been the perception around his brother, what was he judged for, whatever, nobody deserves to find out that their son died online. Rest in peace to that brother. Though I did not know much about Kevin Samuels, I didn't follow him, I will say this: it is very alarming to see a gentleman who is very successful in the content creating space, a space that I'm obviously doing pretty well in. It's very alarming to see a brother at such a young age of 56 no longer be here with us. That's still young. And Kevin looked pretty darn good for his age, right? He looked, I would think Kevin to be a guy to be in tune with his body, just the way he talks and his perception from the clips that I saw. So for this to happen to that brother, it's very sad. Black man, we got to get it together, man. We got to, all of us, me, we got to get it together, because 56 is way too young to be leaving this earth. Rest in peace to Kevin Samuels. I send my most serious of thoughts, well wishes to that man's family. That unfortunately, as that man reached his prime in his career, and I'm sure was making some really good revenue digitally, unfortunately, that now comes to a halt, and that brother's family's got to grieve and plan for that man's homegoing service. So I just want to say, rest in peace, Kevin Samuels. Prayers to that man's family. And one of the things that I get a lot of flack for nowadays is I'm no longer the first. Like when I was coming up the last couple of years, or I'd say maybe 3-4 years ago, it was very important to me to be first on a lot of stories. Here's the thing. For me, my credibility is everything, and I don't need to be first anymore. And I say that for a reason. Most times people are first and wrong, and for the few that are right, oftentimes they're right and disrespectful. I'd rather wait 24 hours for the story to be confirmed. Like, I can get my hands on medical records. Sometimes it takes a little longer than you want, right? People were hitting me up about it. Couldn't get my hands on the medical records at the time. Atlanta police had confirmed that something had happened at that brother's spot, but they wouldn't confirm anything. That confirmation happened late last night into the morning. It's unfortunate that we live in an era where people, and it's not just media outlets. It is media outlets, but not just. You got fraternity and sorority group messages racing to be first about somebody's death. You know, you got people trying to play reporter. And then when you try to call them out on it, I ain't a reporter, I don't know. All I know is that man's mother found out he died on the internet. And that's just unacceptable. And I know people going to talk, people going to, just please, man, just please. All I ask of you is think twice when you decide to, if you find out some information about somebody, you know, before you decide to be first and get your followers or whatever, can you please consider that man's family or that woman's family and think about if it was your kid or your mama and how you would feel if you found out on the internet, if your close friend, if your sister, your brother passed away, if you found that out on the internet, how it would make you feel, how disrespected you would be. Thank y'all so much. Time, love, support. I don't take it for granted. Kevin Samuels gone too soon. Dead at the age of 56.